Speaking of breakfast, I suppose I could go ahead and show you how to make my famous fried egg costume. I also made and filmed a bacon costume to go with it, which I'll post if and when I manage to get it edited, so maybe by next Halloween? In the meantime, here's the fried egg. We start by making the form for the yolk by stuffing a bunch of newspaper into a medium-sized salad bowl. You want to put in one piece of paper at a time and smoosh it down as tightly as possible as you go so that it will hold the shape of the bowl when you're done. Now, if you don't have a stack of newspapers laying around, you can just do what I did. Go to the nearest recycling center and grab a stack from there. Don't worry, I'll recycle any papers I don't use. You could also go to the local newspaper office and ask them for any leftover newsprint if you have any more do-it-yourself projects in mind, or if you're just opposed to black ink getting all over your hands. After you've stuffed as much paper as you possibly can into the bowl, grab the nearest large, heavy object and press it down even more. Then leave the object, in this case a lovely number 10 can of tomato sauce, complete with duct tape cozy, on top of the bowl and set aside. Now we're going to lay out the white of the egg. You'll need 2 sheets of 24-inch by 36-inch fabric for an adult-size costume. Check the blog for more info on sizing for toddlers and children. Next, take one of the sheets you just laid out and set it on the table, this time putting the wrinkly side up. I mean, if you happen to have wrinkles, which I'm sure you never do. Anyway, then you're just going to dump your yolk roughly in the center of the white and tape it on with yellow. Or if you're doing a green egg, use, somewhat obviously, green. Scotch Brand actually makes a green that is perfect color for this. It's called green apple and isn't as bright as the neon or as green as the green. I like to use plenty of tape to cover the yolk, heavily overlapping because the yellow is fairly transparent and I don't want the newspaper to show through. When the entire yolk is covered, take a pair of scissors and trim the yellow close to the base of the yolk. Lay strips of white at the base of the yolk, covering the yellow so the yolk doesn't look sloppy and runny. All that's left is to sketch out the shape of the egg white with a dry erase crayon. Cut out the top of the egg and set it on top of the second sheet of white. Trace it with the wet erase crayon and cut it out. Add straps to your egg so you can actually wear the costume. Add your scraps to your Ducko ball, and you are done! Thanks for watching, Duckos, and remember, you can find more fantabulous Art Deco projects and Halloween costumes at www.artdeco.com.